Good morning, Millennial Morticians. Happy Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of this incredible podcast. I know you could have chosen to be anywhere this morning, but you decided to be with us, and for that, I'm grateful. First and foremost, I want to wish you all a happy 2026. This year is exciting, it's energetic. There's a lot of exciting things happening and going on, and a lot of exciting surprises here that will be shown on the Millennial Mortician podcast, and I know it'll be for your better. I hope you all enjoyed the special guests I had at the end of 2025. They were incredible. They were full of knowledge and wisdom, and they're really gearing us up for what you're going to expect to see this year with more exciting guests and more exciting insights. First and foremost, I don't know about you, but if you need funeral service live streaming simplified, make sure to check out our sponsors, Feveo.org. I say it again. If you need funeral service live streaming simplified, check our sponsors out at Feveo.org. Well, this is the first episode of 2026. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever, but we have been moving, putting out great content for you guys and just showing you guys that funeral service doesn't stop, and neither should we. The title of today's episode is You Are Allowed to Grow at Your Own Pace. I'm going to say it again. You are allowed to grow at your own pace. I got the title of today's episode. Well, it's the start of a new year. It's exciting. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, in the industry. And I realized something as I've started to track and look back on some of the milestones I made in the industry, on my own personal life journey with my own personal goals in funeral services. It often, sometimes, I don't know if I'm by myself, feels like everyone else is ahead. They're either licensed faster than you, owning a funeral home faster than you, or moving quicker than you just in the industry in general. And it feels like sometimes that you're not moving at an adequate pace, and I quote, to keep up with not just everyone else, but in some cases, in some funeral homes, to keep up with your competition. It seems to feel like that you're missing out on something. You don't know what everyone else is doing, but whatever they're doing is working for them. And you may have tried what they've tried, but that hasn't worked for you. And I want to encourage you this week to allow yourself and give yourself grace enough to know that you are allowed to grow at your own pace. You can put two sunflower seeds beside each other in the same conditions, and one's guaranteed to sprout faster than the other one. It's just not because they're doing anything wrong, but there's a special pace that life may have for you that may require you to slow things down a bit and really take in everything you need so you can grow stronger and better in the future. And listen to this. The beautiful thing about life is there's no universal timeline. There's no perfect way to do it. Everyone has to do it the way they feel is going to A, be easier for them to understand, and B, easier for them to remember and build on that foundation. Some people license faster than others. Some people take detours. Some people grow quietly. It all depends on what life brings that person. Some people have to pause for family reasons or kids or things of that nature. We still remember we're in the funeral service industry. So this industry, like I said, it can be taxing. It can be a lot. It can be very demanding. And so it's easy for people to get that burnout, get that feeling of tiredness, or it's easy to get discouraged in the process of it all because it's just so much, and so much is required of you in this industry. Too much is given, much is required. And so we have a heavy burden that we're taking off of people. And so we have to make sure that we're equipped. We know what we're talking about. We know what we're doing. We're professional. We're carrying ourselves appropriately. We're on time. The details of things are what matters and what makes a funeral special. And in comparison, today in today's times with technology, with innovation growing, it's really loud in our industry right now with social media and titles and what's next pressure and people keeping tabs on you. And I want to encourage my audience, I want to encourage all my millennial morticians out there that the best person you can be is you. I'm going to say it again. The best person that you can be is you. And if it takes you some time to grow, well, the beautiful thing about growing is that's a part of your story. So you can tell people, hey, yeah, I might have this, or it might be taking me extra month or extra year to do this, but I learned a whole lot during that process. I grew a whole lot during that process. I know that my character can handle anything that's going to come to me in 2026 because I grew at the right pace and I didn't try to use fertilizer, which is what some people do. They'll add something or they'll tell a half truth to something that's not all the way true, and they'll add some fertilizer to their story, and the grass really isn't that green. But here at the Millennial Mortician podcast, we're going to keep things honest. We're going to be open. We're going to be transparent, the same way we've always been, and we're going to be real. And the real beautiful thing about life is being able to humble yourself enough to tell people that you need help, that you need guidance, that you need encouragement, because you're not always going to feel your best. You're not always going to be able to feel like you can give 100. But I can encourage to tell you this: you can look back at some of our episodes and say, that encouraged me, that encouraged me, that changed my mindset, that changed my heart, and things of that nature that can really make a difference and reassure you in that way. You are allowed to grow at your own pace. And this profession needs you exactly where you are, and it needs to meet you exactly where you are. There's no time restriction, there's no dilution, there's no fertilizer. We're going to let people grow naturally, because when people are their natural selves and they're growing authentically, you build an authentic industry, and that's more of what we need. Well, guys, this is the first episode of 2026. I am so excited to see what the future holds. We've made upgrades. We've upgraded our technology and equipment here on set, and I'm just excited about all the enhancements that are to come in the future and all the lives we're going to continue to change. Well, guys, you know how I end it. First one of the year, we have to do it. I'm your host, Jaden Fowlkes. This is the Millennial Mortician podcast, a podcast that engraves, and I hope that it's engraved to you this week. Love you guys. Peace and happy 2026.